What's poppin', everybody? So I just want to apologize for the 2-week break that I took from uploading. I was in Colorado for about a week and a half, so that's where I've been. And today for this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 rap songs that I originally didn't really like that much, but then, the more I listened to them, the more they grew on me. And I got this idea from another hip-hop YouTuber called Aaron's. It was a pretty good idea, and I just felt like, I felt inspired by that to make my own version of that list. So, after this video, I'll leave the link to his channel in the description, the link to the original video that he made. So make sure you watch that after this one. And also, some of these songs aren't necessarily rap songs, but they were made by rappers, so I included them anyway. So keep that in mind as you're watching, and enjoy. Now, when I first heard Mixed Personalities, I was actually liking it up until the high-pitched part. You know the one I'm talking about. But after a couple more listens, I started to get used to it, and because of that, the song started sounding better and more cohesive because of it. I already loved the beat and the hook that Kanye and Melly came up with, but at first, that part of the song was just ruining it for me. After the first listen to this song, I was just uninterested. It didn't seem that different to me than any other trap song out there. It wasn't really anything new, and the beat wasn't that interesting either. It took me 4 or 5 listens to figure out why everybody was hyping this up so much, and it's Q's energy and delivery. Even when he makes a regular trap song, Q still brings his own unique energy to the track, and he does it in his own way. Yeah, it's a semi-generic song, but there's no doubt that it sounds like Q, and not a lot of artists have that much track presence. Not gonna lie, the first time I heard Baby I'm Bleeding, I just didn't like the beat. I liked the bass line, but the sample he used just did not sound good to me at first. And it's actually ironic too, because it's now one of my favorite parts of the song because of its uniqueness. So my first time through Azucar, I didn't really like it just because there was no real bounce or rhythm to the song. So because of that, it was a little bit hard to enjoy at first, even though Earl still definitely delivered lyrically. But I revisited the song a couple weeks later and something just clicked. I just realized that the song and the album itself isn't really meant to have, insane flow and bounce, Earl just wants you to feel the music. So once I looked past how weirdly the song is structured, it actually started sounding beautiful to me, and it became one of my favorite songs of 2018. I had 2 main issues with the song at first: the beat and the hook. I still don't think the beat is that good, but it does serve its purpose. And with the hook, I couldn't really get behind him taking the whole drop it like it's hot melody at first, but it was pretty funny, so that part grew on me. After a couple listens, it went to one of my least favorites on the album to one of my most favorites. My first time through the song, I did actually enjoy it up until the screaming. I felt like it was actually a beautiful song, and the screaming at the end just ruins the happy, peaceful atmosphere that he created in the beginning of the song. But over time, I started to get used to the screaming, and I realized that the screaming in the song could be a symbol of how X's pain is always there even when he seems to be happy. You can just sneak up on him at any time. That's just my analysis, at least, I could be wrong. At first, there wasn't anything I liked about this song up until the beat switch. I honestly hated his singing in the first part and thought he sounded like some whiny lovesick teen, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. But the more I listened to the song, the more I fell in love with the second half, which saves the song for me. I love the beat switch and the new flow and hook that he chose, and the first part of the song started sounding not terrible. But if I was Eminem, I would have just taken the second part, extended that, and made that the whole song. My first time listening to this song, I didn't dislike it, I just didn't know what Wallacam was, so the fact that they were repeating it so much on the hook just kind of threw me off because I didn't know what it was about. But after some research, I found out it was a Chicago-based YouTube channel that would shed some light on new artists and also post videos of people partying and just going absolutely bonkers, yeah? I'm sorry. And after a few more listens, I realized how dope Schoolboy's verse is, because it's honestly one of the most unique flows I've heard, and Chance definitely comes through on his verses too. So my first time listening to this song, I didn't find anything blatantly wrong with it, I just thought it was boring. But one night, under the influence of the good old ganj, I fell in love with this song. I heard how soothing and peaceful the beat was, and Jaden killed the hook, so when you have that kind of combination, that's a It's a song I can get behind. I don't know why, but when I first heard the auto-tune on Cole, it just wasn't really doing it for me, and I'm not even someone that dislikes auto-tune. It was just something that I never heard Cole do before, and you know, it just took me some listens to get used to, and once I did, I realized how well the auto-tune was actually used. And it's crazy to me how big of a hit it became when me, being a J. Cole fan, didn't even really like it at first. Alright y'all, that is all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Make sure to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram in the description. And as always, it's been Isaiah the Player, and I'm gone.